The Cowboy Billionaire. A clean billionaire romance. Written by Lorana. Copyright 2020. Narrated by Lorana. Audio copyright 2021. Chapter 1. Hunter. Hunter Garrison flashed his megawatt smile into the rearview mirror as he put the car in park and turned off the engine. He was living the American dream. Well, maybe not exactly the American dream. The money that should be his still wasn't, but only because his father had put a crazy stipulation in his will that stated Hunter had to prove himself before he could get his money. Unfortunately, Hunter had no idea what that meant. As far as he was concerned, he proved himself every day. But so far, it hadn't been whatever his father had been looking for. Still, he lacked little, and one day the entire company would be his. Climbing out of the car, he brushed his hands down his sleek Armani suit to extinguish any wrinkles. Though it had been pressed this morning, sometimes the trip to work was enough to create a small wrinkle, or leave him with an unsightly piece of lint. He supposed with his money he could have someone drive him around, but he enjoyed being behind the wheel, feeling the leather of the steering wheel against his hands and the soft purr of the engine reverberating in his bones. Besides, if someone else drove him, he would miss seeing his name on the sign. Spot reserved for Hunter Garrison. It had been a gift from the board when his father died. He would have preferred access to all the money, but having his own designated spot had its perks, especially on busy days. Today was not one of those busy days. In fact, it was shaping up to be not only one of his better days, but one of his most relaxing. He'd had no meeting scheduled until 10, so he'd rewarded himself with an extra hour of sleep. Then, his favorite Def Leppard song had been playing on his alarm clock to wake him up. He'd bought one of those fancy AI alarm clocks for himself last Christmas. It had taken him a few hours to figure out how to set it up, but now he wondered how he had ever lived without it. After programming in his favorite songs, he simply had to tell the clock when to wake him the next morning. It then analyzed the tone of his voice and picked a suitable song for the morning. It never ceased to amaze Hunter how the song choice almost always fit his mood.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?